Hello everyone, welcome to RoboticQA. Today we are going to learn locator strategies in Selenium. So we'll start with basic concept. Okay, so HTML DOM stand for document object model. Okay, you should understand what is DOM actually before you start learning how to write XPath, how to write CSS selector and different kind of locators we have. Okay, so once you understand this DOM structure, you can quickly write any kind of locator, like very complex also. Okay, so let's start with DOM. So if you see on my screen, so we have on the top we have document object, we call it as a root. Okay, so whenever you inspect any website or web application to write locator, you need to right click on the web page and select the source code. Okay, so you need to open the DOM structure. We'll go to that, but before that just understand the root element is document. Okay, and under root element we have elements. Okay, so the HTML page is constructed using the elements. We have different kind of elements, so you should know what is meant by elements. Okay, so let's say HTML tag is one element, head is another element, title, anchor tag, input. Okay, so we have UL, ELI. So all these are like elements. Okay, we call it as a HTML tag also. Okay, so we have different kind of element. Here it is HTML. Under HTML we have head element, under that we have title element, and under title we have a DOM tree example. This is a text. Okay, so we call it as a node. Okay, so there are a child node also, so we can say the this text is a child node for title. Okay, so this is a tree structure. Another example is if you take on the top HTML, so document is parent for HTML. Okay, and this head is child for HTML. Okay, so because it is under the HTML, so it is a tree structure. Okay, so you should understand the root means main document. Under that we have element. Under element we can have a text also and child nodes also. So if you see UL is one HTML tag, so we call it as element. Under that we have LI, so we can have n number of LI here, 10, 20. Okay, so each LI is again element. Okay, because it is again a tag. But under LI we have a text, so it is a text node. Okay, so that's how like you should know. I'll move to practical example so you will understand it better. Okay, so this is one web page, and we have a text box, another text box, another text area, checkbox, radio button, drop down, file upload, date picker, and then buttons. All these are different elements, web elements. So but if I right click and select view page source, you will see the HTML DOM. This complete we call it as a HTML DOM. DOM stand for document object model. So if I ask where is the document, so this complete is a main root element. And what are the elements are present here? The HTML is one element, head is one element, this title is element, link, script, body, this div, label, input, all these are the elements. Okay, and parent child concept. Okay, so and sibling, these are the three concepts you should understand: parent, child, sibling. Okay, so if I take this div, so to compare it we need two different points. Okay, one is any two. If I take these two, these are in same alignment. Okay, so label is sibling of input and input is sibling of label, vice versa. Okay, and if I take a relation of these two elements, so then div is a parent for label and label is child for div because it is under div. Okay, so that's how you will understand the label is a child for div and div is a parent for label, and sibling means they both are like aligned to one line only. These are a sibling. Okay, ancestor is again another concept, right? Ancestor means if you take div it is parent, but if you go above it is like h1 is ancestor, div is ancestor. Okay, these are like okay, previous nodes. Okay, that's why we call. So you understand what is document. This complete is document. These tags are element and whatever we see under label, this text is a text node. Okay, and by using these tags, HTML tags, or we call it element, the web page is constructed. Let's say if I take this one label, username, after that input tag, using that this username and this input box is created in HTML. Okay, and if you see username is bold, actually it has some enter username as a placeholder also. Okay, so that is done using some HTML attributes. Okay, inside a HTML tag or element, whatever we see, these are the attributes. So using placeholder attribute, we are able to see this background text. Okay, so this placeholder is an attribute, and this is a attribute value. Again, class is attribute, form control is its value, then type is attribute, text is value, ID is attribute, username is value. So now you understood what is meant by attribute and its value. So why attribute is used? Actually to tell more about the input box. So here also we have input box, and down also we have a input box. To differentiate these two input boxes, so they have added some unique identifier attribute like ID. So here its value is different, username. Here the value is different, which is password. Similarly, type also is different in both the cases, right? So many times people struggle, okay, they don't find any unique value. So first our intention should be find the unique attribute. Okay, so what will happen, like if I take class attribute to find this element, it has same value, it is also having same value. So we'll find two different elements, not unique, and our aim is to find a unique element or locator. Okay, so in that case find other attribute. So ID is unique. Okay, let's say if ID is also not unique, go for other attribute. Okay, if that is also not unique, go for sibling. Okay, take a help of sibling. Okay, if sibling is also not helping, go for like parent. If that is also not helping, go for ancestor. Okay, so by manipulating this, we can construct any kind of locator, even if it is dynamic also. Okay, so that we will see. So I hope like now you understood what is the DOM, how it work, what are the different concepts are there in the DOM. Okay, let me go to some of the topics. So now we understood root node, which is document, then element, these are HTML, div, h1, h2. Okay, under that this username is text node, password is text node. We saw parent child relationship also, sibling relationship also. Okay, now we will move to different kind of locators. So we have a different kind of locators in Selenium. So I'll start it. First is a class name. Okay, so if I inspect these, let me go to code editor. Okay, so this is actually a DOM I open in the VS Code. So class name, let's say if I want to find any element, I can go with a class name. So does this have class name? Yes, it has a class name. Another locator is CSS selector. We will have another video for CSS selector and XPath. Okay, apart from that, let me bring the table. Okay, so class name, just 1 minute. We have a class name locator, locate the element whose class name contains any value. Okay, and if you see in the bracket, compound classes names are not permitted. So you will see in some places we have a class attribute, but it has a values, multiple values, okay, with a space in between. So Selenium consider it as a compound class, which is not supported, okay, in the XPath. So you have to take any one value. If there are 3, take any one unique. If it is a CSS selector, you can put a dot and use all the values. Okay, so that is the name locator. if name is not helping, go for CSS selector. Okay, we will have separate video for CSS, because under CSS we have different functions, different options to locate the element. ID is simple. Okay, it is attribute. So if you see ID attribute to any element, use the ID if it is unique. If next is name locator, if you find name attribute, use it and find the locator. Okay, link text, if there is a link and it has some text, by using that text value also we can find the element. Then partial link text and tag name. Tag name is again a element. So HTML, under HTML we have body is a tag, HTML is tag, h1 is tag, h2, ul, li, anchor, p is tag, all these tag. With the help of tag also we can find. an XPath. XPath again we will create another video. For CSS and XPath we have two different videos, because those are like big topic. We have lots of options there to identify the element. Now let's start utilizing these and writing the locator. Okay, class name, ID, name, link text, partial link text, tag name. Okay, and XPath and ID we'll see it later. Okay, let me go to IDE and let's start writing the locator. So for locator there are different ways. So first is, this is my application. I want locator for this username text box. Right click on it and open the developer mode, inspect, click on inspect. So right side you will see the HTML DOM, and if you want to align it bottom, we have this 3 dot, you can align it to bottom like how you are comfortable. And now if you see, it highlighted this one. So it says this input box is generated, text box is generated using this tag, input tag, and it has a different attribute, type, ID, class and placeholder attribute. Another way is, if you see arrow, select this arrow and click on, let's say I want this password, click here and you see it highlighted. So either you right click and inspect, it will jump there, or you can use this arrow to highlight, select the element. Okay, now how to write a locator for this one? It is very simple. Okay, if it is a ID locator, you will use ID equal to username. If it is a class locator, you will use class equal to form control. And if it is a name locator, you will use name equal to its value. Okay, but we don't have name here, but we will take another example also. Okay, so to experiment these locators, I'll open IntelliJ. So let me create one test, locators demo, and in this one I'll take my existing code. So we have already written code to launch a browser, copy it, paste it here, and we should have main method here. Okay, so let's say we are going to some website. I'll take another website, Amazon or demo web shop. You can take any website just for practice. I'm taking this one. Copy this URL, paste it here, and let's start writing the locators. So let's say I want to click on this search store. Right click here, inspect, and it has ID, right? Small search box, right? So what you will do, driver dot find element. Okay, how you want to find the element? So by dot you will get a list of locators supported. We have class name, CSS selector, ID, link text, name. Okay, so we have a ID there, right? So select this ID, by ID, and inside this one I will put the value of ID. This is the value of ID, right? So this is a locator, ID locator. This is ID locator. And what you want to do with this locator? Let's say you want to type something, right? So for that we have send keys method. So I want to type apple. Okay, so this is the locator part, by ID. Now let's say another locator. I have typed here Apple. I want to click on this button. Right click here, inspect, and this is the element. It has a class also and value also, right? Let's take a class, and now this is a compound which I was telling, right? It has a space. There are two classes, button and this search. You cannot use that it as a complete one. Okay, so we'll take one value, attribute value, like search box. Okay, and tag name is input. So let's say we don't want to take a tag name also. Class locator driver dot find element by class. So if you see, there is a class option available by class name, and paste the value. I want to click on this one, so use the click method. Okay, so we use two locators here, id and class. Similarly, we have by name also. If there is a name available, you can use name also. Okay, and now if I right click and run this one, let's say how it execute. Okay, it navigated to demo shop, entered Apple, and clicked on search also. Okay, so our locators are working fine. Okay, so now if there is any name locator, what you will do, driver dot find element by dot name, and what is the value of that name class, and whatever operation you want to perform, like if it is button, link, use the click. Okay, we don't have anything name here, but let me search if we find anything related to name. So we have this input. Okay, sign up, right? Here if I inspect, it has a name attribute, right? So I can take this name, but it is an input box. I can click also, but let's say I will type something there. Send keys, username RoboticQA, and that's it. Okay, so this is the name locator. Okay, now what is pending? Next we will go for so we have seen class name, id, name, LinkText. Okay, LinkText. So let's find if there is any link. So I think down we have the links, right? My account is link. If I inspect this one, so this is the anchor tag. So these are the links actually. Okay, so and this link has a text, right? My account. So if I want to click on this, I will use LinkText. LinkText driver dot find element by link text, paste it here, and this is the link, right? So we'll use a click here. So this is a LinkText locator. Then we have a tag name also, right? So tag name will not work every time, just for demo purpose I'll write here tag name. If it is unique, it will work. So driver dot find element by tag name, and we can put the tag name here. So let's say tag name is button. Okay, so dot click. Okay, if it is present, it will work, but I don't think it will be available on this page. So tag name means here if you see this div is tag, h3 is tag, li is tag. Okay, but if you want to click on this my account, okay, it is not link, right? So how it work? Let me give some example. Let's say I want to click on this radio button, right? So this is also one tag, right? Input tag. So we can use a input, but we'll have multiple input tags, so it will not work. But if you have unique tag, you can use this also: LinkText, name locator, class locator, id locators. And now if I right click and run, it will work fine. So it navigated to website. It will maximize the page, type Apple, search, and if you see, the script executed very fast and it closed. Okay, and we have another locator, partial link text. Okay, so if it is if any element matches the text, okay, so no need to give the complete text. Let's take another example, partial link text driver dot find element by partial link text. So if there is any link and it has a long text, so you can take some part of it. Let's say do we have big link? Let's say this one, recently viewed product. Inspect it. It is an anchor tag, it has a text, right? So I can take any text like recently. So if any link which contains this, it will click on it. Okay, I hope this is clear. So we are not giving if you use the link text, we need to give all the text. Okay, it will, otherwise it will not work. Let's see, if I put my or only account, it may not find the link. Okay, so that you can use this one, partial link text. So any link which has this text content, it will click on this. So we have seen all the basic locators: ID, class name, link text, tag name, partial link text. Okay, so we'll have a separate video for CSS and XPath locator because those are big topic, and okay, it will take time, so I don't want to make this video lengthy. But if you want, I can give quickly overview what is how XPath work and all. So let's say this is the website, and okay, I want to click on this good radio button, right? So inspect it, and so how we'll find? First, see if there is ID, name available. Class, generally don't use a class because many elements will have a same class. Generally ID and name are mostly unique. Okay, and if those are not there, let's say this label don't have ID, name. Okay, so we can take a tag name. So how we write XPath? Control F, double slash, and what was the tag name? So tag name is input. Okay, it is input, it has a name also and value also. Okay, so double slash, type the double slash means anywhere on this DOM. So if I put single slash and type input, okay, it is not working, because if I put a single slash, we have to go from the DOM top structure like HTML, then head, then under head we can move to any element. But if I want to jump directly to input box, I can put double slash. But if I put double slash input, it is giving me 15 elements are identified. I need a unique one. So the attributes tell more about the element. Okay, let's say two person, they both have same name. If I call them by name, okay, so it will be confusing, right? So we need to tell more about them, their surname, their village, okay, their district. Okay, based on that we can identify. These are like attributes. So tell more about the input, which input box you need. So I need this good one, right? So it has a type radio. So we have to give this bracket, and attribute we have to mention using @ type equal to 1, whatever the value is. Okay, what is the type value? Radio. And now if you see, it got reduced. Now we are able to find 4 elements. Still there are 4 elements which has the same kind of attribute. So value also we can take, right? So let's say instead of type, I'll take value equal to 1 or 2. Okay, and now if you see 1 of 1, we are able to find the locator good using the XPath. So this is the example of XPath and how we use it in automation script. So if you go here, I'll type here XPath example. So we have different functions, different ways to write XPath. using child, parent, sibling, ancestor, okay, contains, text, start with, ends with, lots of things are there in XPath and CSS. So that's why we'll create separate video, but this is just for example, okay, by XPath, and then put the XPath here, and this is the radio button, so I'll use a click. And if you want to see the execution, I'll just put some sleep time, so that script will end here, sorry, script will stop here for some time. Now right click, run, and you will be able to see on the web page how Selenium is interacting with these elements using different kind of locators. So first it should type apple, search, okay, it clicked somewhere, okay, and okay, maybe our script will fail. The reason is now those radio button are not visible because we have clicked on some of the links, right? So it should be visible, okay, otherwise it will not work. So we are under books, okay, but I hope you understood the overall concept, how, what are the different type of locators are there, okay, and how to use those locators in the Selenium script, okay. So we'll stop here only, and okay, so if you want to know more about CSS and XPath in detail, I'll be creating 2 different video. Please go through the playlist, you will find those videos, and you can go through it. Thank you.